In SpongeBob SquarePants, the character Squidward is fundamentally a figure of envy stemming from failed ambition.
Hello, you've reached the house of unrecognized talent.
Squidward aspires to artistic achievement but remains a mediocrity, partly because of his overly dry, doctrinaire attitude towards art. SpongeBob is Squidward's social equal. They're literally neighbors, and they both work the same fast food service job for the same exploitative capitalist. But SpongeBob is a Mozartian intuitive genius who's able to transform the most mundane activities, blowing bubbles, flipping burgers, into a kind of aesthetic rapture. Squidward intensely envies SpongeBob's uninhibited joy and intuitive creativity, but he can't admit that envy to himself. So he convinces himself that what he's really feeling is contempt, snobbish disdain for SpongeBob's childish behavior.
What the people want is culture, not dancing bubbles.
Though deep down, Squidward really wants what SpongeBob has.
It's beautiful!
Which we see when he can't help himself from blowing bubbles, or when he trades away all of his possessions for the chewing gum wrapper that in SpongeBob's hands was a source of infinite entertainment. A lot of people my age who watched SpongeBob as a kid rewatch it now and are horrified to discover that they identify with Squidward, whereas as children they identified with SpongeBob. Well, you either die a SpongeBob or you live long enough to see yourself become the Squidward.
Future!
And there's a pain in becoming Squidward, which is usually explained as the disappointing drudgery of adult life, or simply loss of childhood. I would argue that envy of childhood is the distinctive Squidwardian emotion. Squidwardian? Are we saying that word? Are we really saying that word out loud? To an audience of millions? Okay. It's basically the same dynamic as Salieri's envy of Mozart in Amadeus. Oh my god, the evil eye killed Mozart. You gotta watch out for that one, kids. If a mysterious stranger shows up on your doorstep at midnight asking you to compose a requiem mass for your own father, just say no. So in Spongemadeus Mozart pants, we have a diligent though stuffy wannabe envying the effortless playfulness of the spontaneous genius.
Grazie, signore.
So Squidward's envy of SpongeBob is, well, it's Apollo's envy of Dionysus. Look, if we were to view SpongeBob SquarePants through the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche, stay with me ladies, I have an angle here, we could say that Squidward represents what Nietzsche called the Apollonian impulse, while SpongeBob represents the Dionysian. Nietzsche thought there were two conflicting artistic drives in the human personality. The Apollonian, named after the Greek god Apollo, is the drive towards self-control, order, logic, morality, and the Dionysian, named after Dionysus, is the drive toward intoxication, frenzy, passion, intuition. Both SpongeBob and Amadeus present these two drives in conflict, with the Apollonian envying the Dionysian. Of course, this is a misrepresentation of how art is actually created, because Nietzsche's whole point is that you need a balance of the two drives. In reality, you cannot have a pure Dionysian artist like SpongeBob, because creating good art requires at least some level of discipline and ordering.
See? It is all in the technique.
Otherwise, you're just some drunk idiot with a guitar. Get off the stage!